Unit 1 is plant physiology. There are 6 chapters in this unit. The first chapter is transport in plants. Till 19th century, people considered as plants as non-living things. But because of our Indian scientist Sir J.C. Bose, the scientific world came to know that plants too have life and feelings. To record a very minute growth of a plant, up to a millionth part of a millimeter, Sir J.C. Bose designed a very sophisticated instrument called cresograph. Apart from this, he also authored several books like Researches on Irritability of Plants and Nervous Mechanism in Plants. In this chapter, Transport in Plants, we are going to learn how the substances are moved in plants from one cell to another. See, when we pour water into the soil for a plant, the plant absorbs water. That means the roots contains several root hairs, where root hairs absorbs the water and sends from one cell to another cell to the topmost part of the plant. So when we talk about movement of substances, we need to know that what are the substances that are being transported in plant. The substances that are being transported in plants are water, mineral nutrients, organic nutrients, and plant growth regulators. Plants need to move these substances through long distances. Water, nutrients, all these are absorbed from root hairs. Then it passes through roots, then to the branches, leaves, and top of the tall trees. So based on the distance these substances are moving, they are categorized into two types. One is small distance transport and long distance transport. In small distance transport, the substances move by diffusion and cytoplasmic streaming. In diffusion, the movement may be from one part of the cell to the other part of the cell or from cell to cell. But in cytoplasmic streaming, the movement is within the cytoplasm. Coming to the longer distance transport, the movement of substances is through vascular systems, that means through xylem and phloem. Through xylem, water and minerals are being carried, and through phloem, food is being transported. So, the movement of substances through vascular tissues, that is xylem and phloem, is called translocation. Now we will see what are the types of transport mechanisms in plants. First one is passive transport and the second one is active transport. In passive transport, no energy is required. That means the substances moves from high concentration to low concentration. In active transport, energy is required for the movement of the molecules. That means the molecules moves from low concentration to high concentration. It is taken place against the concentration gradient. We have learned what kind of substances that are being transported in plants and types of transport. Now we are going to see the means of transport in plants. There are three types of transport mechanisms. Means of transports. They are diffusion, facilitated diffusion, and osmosis. All these are passive process. The first one is diffusion. Let's see the definition of diffusion. The movement of solute particles from a region of their higher concentration to the region of their lower concentration is known as diffusion. To understand this definition, I have just given a picture. There you see the solute particles and water molecules. When the solute particles are being dispersed into the water molecules, they move in a random manner until they acquire an equilibrium. So slowly the solute particles are being diffused into the water molecules until they acquire an equilibrium. This is a passive process. The molecules moves within the short distance and there is no energy is required for the movement of the molecules. In this chapter, transport in plants, we are going to learn how the substances are moved in plants from one cell to another. See, when we pour water into the soil for a plant, the plant absorbs water. That means the roots contains several root hairs, where root hairs absorbs the water and sends from one cell to another cell to the topmost part of the plant. So when we talk about movement of substances, we need to know that what are the substances that are being transported in plant. The substances that are being transported in plants are water, mineral nutrients, organic nutrients, and plant growth regulators. The second one is facilitated diffusion. As the name itself says, facilitated, that means the molecules are being diffused with the help of some proteins. If you look at the picture, it's a plasma membrane where the plasma membrane have extrinsic proteins and intrinsic proteins. The outside of the plasma membrane, there are some substances that needs to be transported into the cell. So the substances that are outside the plasma membrane gets attached to the proteins that are on the plasma membrane, and these proteins helps in transporting these molecules into the inner side of the cell. Proteins form channels in the membranes for molecules to pass through. There are proteins that form huge pores in outer membranes of plastids, mitochondria, and some bacteria. These are called porins. Another type of proteins are called aquaporins. It means aqua, that means water. They allow the water to pass through. These are also called as water channels. We have seen diffusion, facilitated diffusion, and the third one is osmosis. But before discussing about osmosis, let's learn what are the directions in which the molecules are moved in plants. Depending on the direction the molecules are moving in plants, they are categorized into three types. One is unipode, second one is antipode, and the third one is sympode. In unipode, the molecule moves across a membrane independent of each other. This is called unipode. In antipode, the molecules moves in opposite directions. That means if A moves in one direction, B moves opposite to the direction of A. Sympode, the molecules move in same direction. That means if A moves in one direction, B also moves in the same direction. So in these three ways the molecule moves. Uni means in a single way, independent. Anti means in an opposite direction. Sim, that means in a similar way, same direction.